Really lucky to have managed to capture Andrew Palfrey for a few minutes, best known as Dog. So Dog, thanks very much for coming through, and let's talk a little bit about this regatta at Melbourne. Had everything so far, probably going to get a little bit more too.
Look, it's been a great event. For me, I live in Cowes now in the UK, but this is where I grew up. This is my home yacht club actually, Royal Brighton Yacht Club, and I haven't really been around here for 15 years. So great to be back here. Lots of trips down memory lane, staying with John Bertram and Raza in their lovely house in South Yarra, riding my bike to and from every day, and it's been fantastic. And I mean, Melbourne has turned it on in terms of some variety, that's for sure. You know, we had a great first day, as John said, champagne sailing and a light to moderate sea breeze, couldn't be better. And then we had 42 degrees yesterday and a 54 knot gust just to finish the day off as we got tied up, which was lucky, but a very tricky sailing, flat water, like lake sailing. And now today we've got your classic, you know, big breeze, southwesterly, big waves. So look, the fleet's in great shape here. You know, it's 45 odd boats. Very high level of competition actually, and I'm sailing with Chris Hampton and Barney Walker, and we're hanging in there. It's very, you know, but it's great racing, very challenging, very tight. A privilege to be out there, really.
Yeah, look, certainly the snakes and ladders thing seems to be quite common, because yesterday your first race, you know, well and truly inside the top 10, and it's like, okay, here come the boys, you know, get the bugle out,
There we were.
And oh, did I mention the snake to the side there?
Yes, yeah, we actually had a good day going. We had a sort of, you know, probably a 12-point day going for the two races, but one mistake. One choice really, coming to the bottom marks, and you know, it was a pretty volatile day, and we lost about 200 yards in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. So got a few back actually to get back to our 14th in the second race. And
that man Chris certainly loves his Etchells sailing, doesn't he?
Look, I think the class is in great shape when you've got a number of people like Chris Hampton. He's very, very passionate about his Etchells sailing. He does a lot of it. He supports a lot of regattas. He's a good man for the sailing industry, and he's just pure and passionate about his yacht racing. And that, let's face it, that is the allure of Etchells sailing. Is look, the boat's an old design. You know, white sails, symmetrical spinnaker, like it couldn't be more uncool in a way. But what's extremely cool is the level of racing and the level of sailors that you pit yourself against.
Indeed. Well, look, all the very, very best with the last 2 days, and however many races that brings. There are 3 scheduled, whether that's 1, 2 or 3 races, but all the very best with those races.
Thanks, mate.
I guess the next one that we can now have a little bit of a chat about as of this morning is welcome to the One Design Technical Committee.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I've been co-opted to the One Design Technical Committee, and it's a challenging time. I'm serving under the new chairman, Bruce Nelson from San Diego in the USA. Bruce is a renowned naval architect, and he's also a very avid racer in the class himself, particularly in the West Coast of the USA. We're lucky to have Bruce. The class is lucky to have Bruce. So a hell of a lot of knowledge and experience. And yeah, one of the big issues to face at the moment is the issue of one design, particularly in relation to the keels. And all I can say is from what I've seen, which will be all made more accessible to the membership very shortly, is that it's been handled well. A lot of data has been collected, and a ruling will be issued shortly. Which and the good news is, I think it's not as big a deal as what has been perceived, but nevertheless, perception in some ways in this game is everything. And the facts will be put in front of everyone, and there'll be a clear-cut rule in place.
Great, and I guess something a little bit closer to your new home is a World Championship this year. What have you got to say about that for us, please?
Yeah, so the World 2016 Worlds in September in Cowes in the UK. It's going to be a great event. Cowes is one of the, let's say, top 5 iconic sailing locations in the world. It's a lovely little town, and it's going to be a great event. September is the weather's still pretty nice actually in the UK, believe it or not.
There'll probably be a few people who might go with the not, but anyway.
It is it's a challenging place to sail. I really enjoy sailing there. It's very interesting, very tidal, which is new for it's quite different for a lot of people. However, it's not. It is fairly straightforward. The local kind of rules, what you need to do, where you need to go when the tide's going a certain direction. Also it's a vibrant fleet. There's a lot of new faces in the fleet. It's grown by 8 boats in the last year alone. It's well managed, very passionate fleet members there, and the Worlds will be a first class event.
Well, there we go. Those that are thinking about it, get yourselves ready for some time on the Solent.
That's it. Yeah, it's a busy program. I'm actually sailing with an American team led by Tom Carruthers from San Diego.
Nice.
Tom's coming over a number of times, 4 or 5 times, to prepare. So I'm really looking forward to spending more time on the Solent this year.
Well, with that classic Dorothy Dix there, thanks very much. Cheques in the mail. Your own program now, no stranger to the absolute top end of town. But what are you up to at the moment? Please let us have a little bit of an idea what you're up to, specifically with your own racing and training.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, I did the America's Cup for 4 years, basically finishing up in 2013. Since then, we made the decision for the family to move back to Cowes, which for me is it's a great place to live because it's central to most of my activities, which is sailing and coaching. And I freelance. I've got a very lucky to have a good sort of handful of clients. And this year a lot of Etchells sailing, I'm happy to say, and also some coaching in the Melges 32 class and the Maxi 72s, RC 44s. So yeah, plenty of travel, a lot of American regattas this year, and plenty in Europe as well. But importantly for me, with my young family, plenty of Etchells sailing on the Solent as well. So
there we go.
To be at home, yeah. So it's the balance, you know, of trying to bring the money home, but also spend enough time there to enjoy it.
And did I hear you say, I think it was about 150 days, was it, that you're anticipating involvement with the Etchells? Was that about right?
Somewhere, but maybe around 120 today, right. This year.
Okay.
Yeah, which is fantastic. For me, as a coach, it's very important to remain racing myself, to stay current and just to hold retained sort of empathy for what sailors go through on the racetrack. And I feel that when I'm not sailing enough, you lose that. You do lose that a little. So yeah, the balance of plenty of racing in the Etchells, you know, really tight one-design racing in the Etchells works really well. That's
fantastic. Well, Doggy, really great to see you, and thank you so much for all of your time. All the very best with that wide-ranging program of yours that's going on, and no doubt you'll be seeing Andrew Palfrey on entry lists, and if you're at the bar, you'll probably be hearing Doggy being asked a million questions and being cornered for chats by all and sundry. Thanks, Doggy.
Thanks, John.
Cheers.
Good on you, mate.